Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Filecoin. We're going to double check a couple of things. Filecoin's looking pretty strong here. It recovered very nice from yesterday, and so far here today, a little bit of a pullback, but that's kind of standard when Bitcoin comes down this low 65K range. A lot of coins are pulling back right now. So I don't really think it's a big deal, honestly, personally. I really think we have a decent amount of support here, but obviously things could change and validations can occur, and we'll have to double check that and keep an eye on it. But for now, Filecoin looking pretty strong, so is honestly Bitcoin looks pretty good too. Truth is, I think that 65K mark is going to likely hold. We're going to double check this though. So Filecoin, let's just jump right in before we get into any kind of kudos and congrats, because I want to congratulate some members here. We can see $9 even, heavy concentration of liquidation with some late longs here, down as low as about 8.8. So we could see the price pull back even a little bit further here at this point, just considering the fact that there's a lot of folks kind of in the late longs there. That is last 12 hours, keep in mind. But generally speaking, if we look at the last 7 days, tons of liquidation at that $10 mark. We've talked about that previously being at a point of interest. So between $9 and $10, it would make sense for the price to kind of run up to that $10 mark to sweep that upper level liquidity. Now, is it time to jump in right now? Hard to say specifically, honestly. Bitcoin pulling back a little bit. It might be best to just kind of relax and wait for a candlestick closure, a daily candle to close. But let's double check and see if there's anything kind of telling here on the charts. Because if we look at the moving averages, we're above 3 out of the 4. Again, being below the 20-day SMA isn't a terrible thing. It's just kind of letting us know we're no longer blindly going up. All right, so at this point, not a problem at all to be under that, just letting us know that we need to just be kind of cautious and respectful of the potential for downside. We can see here as well, retesting that 50 on the RSI. Generally not a great place, but not a bad place either. It's kind of more so neutral. Breaking above that would be much better. We can see MACD is trying to converge here and hasn't fully yet. Okay, that's kind of where we're at there on the daily so far. Not so bad, more neutral, I guess you could say. 4 hours looking a little bit more bullish in the sense that we have this stochastic swing to the upside. Starting to taper off, it makes sense for it to pull back. We are over 50 on the RSI, however, with money flow index remaining high. That's extremely important. I like the MFI being above the RSI. It's generally a bullish sign. Same thing here as well with the MACD. Trying to converge here, or still converging, but it's losing a little bit of its momentum, which is normal because the price action is shooting up like it did. We need to make sure that we close somewhere above this most recent high, though. I think getting a closure above that level at about 942 would be a good positive confirming factor for us. But if we look here on the moving averages, we're above 3 out of the 4, and that's an important thing too. Above 2 of the 4, rather. We're above the 20 and the 200. Those are both important. So again, keeping above this level would be fantastic to be able to hold that. Let's go ahead and clear out our previous fibs here and just go ahead and drop some new ones. Just kind of get perspective where we're at here. We are tentatively rejecting out at about 930. That's the previous, basically a fib level there at 0.382. You can see we had a lot of support previously, and in turn, we're going to see some resistance there too initially. So in a perfect world, the price comes down here to this most recent high, bounces off 870, and continues higher. That would be a perfect world for us. Okay. But generally speaking, you look at the bigger picture here, just to keep in mind too, we can see that we have a larger descending trend that we haven't broken above yet. So by no means are we confirmed bullish. If we kind of see this zoom in here too as well of the volume, we can see the average volume for the last this would be about 3 to 4 weeks. It's heavy concentration about 815, but secondary to that upwards about 1017. Okay, so we're kind of in the middle of that range, but truth is tons of support at 820. So likelihood of the price going below that is fairly low. Okay, again, Bitcoin pulling back right now at the low 65K range. That is causing this pullback here from Filecoin. So all in all, Filecoin looks pretty solid in the overall sense. I don't see a significant problem here with this. Everything's looking very good in the 4-hour time frame for this transition to be present. And if we look at the hourly, we can confirm as well a couple things here. We're above the cloud, conversion lines above the baseline, lag expands free and clear. These are all positive contributing factors. I'm mostly happy or content with being above this descending channel. We're no longer establishing lower lows and lower highs. We're tentatively establishing higher highs and higher lows. Okay, that's a very good sign. Just keep in mind we could see a slightly larger of a correction down to about the 860 range. But once more, if we zoom out and we kind of look at the volume profile here for the bigger picture, there is a lot of support at 820. Okay, so 820 from here, just as a rough estimate, would put us at about an 8% correction. That'd be a solid point of control there, effectively a bouncing area. I'm not saying you want to take a long at that position, but if you dollar cost average into that, you would probably have greater success pending Bitcoin doesn't drop sub 60K. Okay? And a lot of this hinges on Bitcoin doing well or just in general not doing poorly. Because again, Filecoin's looking a lot better than most coins right now at this exact time. So I really like what I see here so far from the charts. It wouldn't be terrible to consider an entry now, entry closer to the more recent support at 850, and then maybe a tertiary entry at the third spot at about $8.10 for a nice average fill at about 850. Again, I like to average into my positions, so that is kind of my thing, but not everyone does that. Some people like to find the best entry possible and sit there and watch the charts for hours. Me right now, I can confirm that this is more likely to increase than decrease, and I think statistically, unless Bitcoin loses some key level supports at 63, 65,000, then we're going to probably be in pretty good shape here from Filecoin. Okay, so all in all, coin's looking strong. I think it's worthwhile considering a long versus a short. The overall bias is going up. Just know we have some resistances in place on the larger time frames that could provide I wouldn't say a problem, but just initial rejection. So just say hypothetically you get in now, it would be best to take some profit somewhere before the 940 range to ensure that you get filled, and that if we do reject off this descending trend line, you can get in and out quickly. Okay, that's generally the concept. Hopefully that makes sense and I described that correctly. Make sure you check out Bitunix too as well. Just gotta throw this out there. Link down below if you want to use to get some nice benefit rewards for registering. We use them because there's no KYC or VPN, so that's why I like to talk about it. We've got a lot of new community members in our Discord, so please make sure you read through our signals guide and ensure that you understand the difference between my swing trades and my day trades, right? We had some nice profits here recently from our swing trades, nice shorts from Filecoin, 82%. Yes, we took some master profits from Filecoin to the downside. XRP 45% in 12 hours, Fetch.ai 52%, and ICP 28%. Those are all shorts in the last week. Okay? This week, we're kind of shifting gears, considering more longs versus shorts, but still waiting for confirmation, making sure that we don't just FOMO in because the price shot up yesterday. Yeah. So again, I feel good about not jumping in late, but at this point, all depends on what Bitcoin does, honestly. Pay close attention to that guy. He is king. He, she, it, who knows. Thanks again so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.